Welcome to Chicago Fight Night, bringing you the best in Chicago boxing, from Chicago and around the world. These bouts are brought to you by Chicago Fight Club, Sibley Store Fixtures and Restaurant Equipment, video production by Occasion Crew.
And Rosa Torres, also from San Colona.
This is a female open 132-pound match. Boxing out of the right corner, representing Sam Corona's Boxing Club. Please, everyone, let's give it up for Carlson. And her opponent, boxing out of the blue corner, representing Sam Corona's Boxing Club. Please, everyone, let's give it up for Rosa Torres.
Okay, in the blue corner we have Rosa Torres, and in the red corner Kim Carlson. I got a friend of mine here that works with the Golden Gloves, longtime friend, lifetime friend, Jack Moresy. Jack, how you doing?
Good, Rick.
So what do you do with the gloves here? You set up the trophies and...
No, it's not just that. I'm a parents coordinator. I keep track of wins and losses. I tell the fighters when to come back. We have everything on a schedule, and they have to be at a certain time, certain date, and I keep track of all that and communicate with all the fighters on what they need to do with the ring.
This comes real natural to you, Jack. How long you been doing this?
About 10 years.
Okay, yeah, and I'm sure, you know, most of these jobs are a handshake and a pat on the back and basically for charity.
Yeah, but, you know, at the same time, I love boxing, and you have a lot of friends that are in the boxing business, and it's fun to see everybody. In fact, you've been a buddy of mine for 35 years.
Yes.
We used to spar on your back porch.
Right, excellent. Yeah, and how is the family? Let's mention who the family is. Your lovely wife. And
I have a wife, Pam, married for 33 years.
I remember when you carved your name in the rock down at Fullerton Beach. That was a real sign of love and faithfulness. And
it was still there up until last year, but they tore it out. But I met with the contractor, and he said he was going to try to save it and stick it in the grass. So I haven't checked it yet.
We got to try to find that. That's legendary.
Yeah.
You know, you only go around once in life, so you know. In
that particular year, I had the best tan of anybody at the beach.
You spent a lot of time chiseling that in. What about the rest of the family? What's going on with them?
I have a son that lives in Washington D.C. He works for a U.S. senator as a press secretary.
Wow.
And I have a daughter, graduated from Northern Illinois University 2 years ago, and she works for a company that produces T-shirts and other textile products, high quality stuff, and she's in marketing there. And I have my oldest daughter lives in Seattle, and she's a teacher in the public school system, and she works with hearing impaired kids and teaches through ASL, American Sign Language. Well, so I'm blessed.
Yeah, well, you know...
I'm also blessed to have a friend like you.
Yeah, thank you. I know from knowing you for a lot of years that you're a very level-headed guy and very compassionate and never gets down and always has a good sense of humor. So for your family and your children to be successful doesn't surprise me at all. And you're just a great guy, and we're so happy to have you here in the Chicago Golden Gloves here at Cicero Stadium. For your tireless work and effort. We really appreciate it, and looking forward to seeing you for as long as we can, as long as our time is still out there.
Well, let's hope that's for another like 30 or 40 years. What do you think?
I'm hoping so. I'm hoping so. I mean, we don't know our exact exit date, but
No.
better later than sooner.
So-
So it took us a long time to get ripe and vintage, and you know, now it's time for us to enjoy. You know,
I wouldn't trade it for anything.
no, it's we grew up in a great era, and a great time in the U.S. and everything, and times are always changing, and
Right.
if we had to go in one era, I don't think we could beef about the era we came up in.
Absolutely not.
So, very happy about it. You have a great family. You still living out in Crystal Lake?
Live out in Crystal Lake, semi-retired. Spent a good part of my life in the toy industry.
Yeah, I saw some of your works. They were impressive. You invented some games, and you did some other exciting stuff. I think you bought the Honeymooners set with Ralph Crandon and or Jackie Gleason, the great one.
Right.
That was impressive to see that. Well, we got this fight here with Rosa Torres in the blue corner and Kim Carlson. What's Rosa doing?
Well, these are both open.
Okay.
These are high-level fighters that have been around. I do believe that that Kim Carlson won this tournament last year, and they're both very well trained and in really super shape, and they know what they're doing.
Yeah, they looked impressive. This is round 2 comes to an end. And anyway, Jack, I know you got to get back to the trophy desk there and the stats. So thank you for everything. Thanks for stopping by. Torres and Kim Carlson really in a barn burner fight here. It's good to see Jack Moresy here. By the way, he's an ex-Navy man as well. So we've got a lot of naval alumni here. Johnny, what's going on with this fight right now?
Well, so far it's been a sprint.
Crowd's thinning out a little bit, John, but there's still some really good fights left.
Well, yeah. It's well, as the fighters' backers see their fighter win or perform, then they take off. So,
like I said, the 17th bout, we got about 3 more bouts to go. We got Brendan Toller against John Toledo. Toledo, that's actually his last name. And holy Toledo, can he punch? So,
well, we'll see.
Well, we'll see. That's true. You never know. It's remember, John, it's not the dog in the fight. It's the fight in the dog. So good to have Mike Hollywood Jimenez here, being trained by Pete George and Sam Colonna. And Pete's done quite a bit for boxing in Chicago. His son, Don the Bomb, a good friend of mine. And just seems like all the heavyweights at the gym Pete's working at are gravitating to Pete. He's got about 4 or 5 heavyweights. David Latoria, Rosemont's finest, PD, 10-0 pro. Took a couple years off to get a good job and take care of his family. But he's been in the gym quite a bit, Johnny. It looks like he's got the Jones to come back and do a little boxing.
Well, I had Dave do some blow-by-blow or a fight a couple of months ago, and his very comments on the action indicated that he asked the right questions. But yeah,
we'll see if this goes into the 4th round. I believe this is the 3rd round.
Torres in blue, Carlson in red, both from Sam Colonna's boxing club. So you got people who know what each other can do, and it still makes for an interesting fight because they are aggressive. They're not trying to figure one out.
Pete George in the house.
Carlson, the taller of the two. She's in the red. She's looking to throw those arms.
Keep it all in there, Rosie. Come on. Keep it all up there.
here a second. I got one of my favorite fighters here from Oakley Fight Club, Oscar. Oscar, tell him who you are and what weight you fight and how many amateur fights you have.
My name's Oscar Ortiz. I fight open 165, and I have over 35 fights, close to 40.
And you're a veteran of this tournament, at least a year or two, right, Oscar?
Yes I am.
And you were in the tournament, and you had a mishap. I don't know if a shoulder blew out or what, but you were cruising your way to
The finals.
yeah,
Nice
to the final.
punch
Yeah,
on the
it was,
back pedal by
It was
Torres.
something really sad, you know. I was the favorite to take it this year. I was on the Always Spanish newspaper. I was the favorite, you know, and you know, an injury like this happened, and now I'm out of the tournament. That's the only reason why I wasn't in the finals today.
Right, but you know what? You still have a good outlook on it.
Carlson looking for an opening here.
Not upset about it, and we should be able to see you in action pretty soon. When can you start training again? It just depends on how the shoulder feels. Are you running or what?
Yeah, right now, you know, it's a blessing. I actually didn't have to have any surgery, nothing. So I got the A-OK from the doctors. I can start training in about a week. Not obviously using the right hand, but I can do, you know, start running, developing the left, you know. But I'll be back in the gym really soon and training again, so I can stay.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give these warriors a big round of applause. Presenting this award, he's a professional with a record of 5 and 2 and 2 knockouts. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put your hands together for Fred Dunn. Let's give him another big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. I have the official judges scorecard. Judge 2 and 3 scores about 39-37. Judge 1 scores about 40-36. I